I'd next like to invite up to the microphone State Representative Niraj Antani. There was a pretty significant development in Columbus earlier this week with the Ohio Supreme Court that may in fact impact us here in Dayton as well. So to update us on that as well as other pro-life issues, I'd like to introduce to you now Niraj Antani. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Gary, and thank you all for having me. I'm going to talk about 4 bills real quick, and then we'll talk about what happened at the Supreme Court. The first thing I will say, and I can't remember where we were at the closing rally in the fall, so I will just go through where we are now, but first bill was a bill to ban abortion based on a diagnosis of Down syndrome. That bill was signed into law by the governor in December, which is a good thing. It's a 90-day effective date, so it'll go into effect sometime in March. There are 3 other bills right now out there working their way through. Obviously, the heartbeat bill, which is now in its 6th iteration. We passed that out of the House Health Committee in December and is now waiting a floor vote in the House, and so we will hope for that. There are 2 other bills that have passed the Senate and are now in House Health Committee, which I sit on. The first one is the one that came out of that Planned Parenthood video. It requires a aborted baby to be, deserve some sort of burial ceremony and not just to be thrown away in the trash like they do now. And so that bill is working its way through. The last bill is a bill to ban the dilation and evacuation abortion procedure, which is 80% of abortions are done by this procedure. So that bill is also working its way through. So we will hope for that. We are in session through Memorial Day, so we will hope that as many of those bills can get done by Memorial Day, and if not, during the lame duck period in November and December. What Gary was discussing was probably the most important development in the past few months, which is regarding the Ohio Supreme Court in 2 cases. So to give you the real quick background perspective, in 2013, before my time in the legislature put in a law that said every abortion clinic, every ambulatory surgical facility that does abortions must have a transfer agreement in place for emergency services with a hospital. Thankfully, Premier and Kettering have not granted an emergency service transfer agreement with this clinic behind me today, which is a good thing on them. And therefore, the Haskell must apply for what's called a variance in the law. He must file enough physicians that are willing to provide emergency services in case something goes wrong. Haskell did that in 2015 then. That waiver was then denied by the Ohio Department of Health. It went through an appeals process, et cetera, and is now at the Common Pleas Court here in Montgomery County with Judge Mary Wiseman. However, Judge Mary Wiseman put a stay on that case because another case was going through, I'm sorry, the wind is killing me. Another case is going through from Toledo regarding the Capital Care Abortion Clinic, same thing. Well, that case was decided on Monday, and the Ohio Supreme Court ruled that Capital Care did indeed not have a valid transfer agreement, and therefore their license must be revoked and closed. In addition to that, simultaneously, there was another case called Preterm Cleveland versus the state of Ohio. Preterm Cleveland was saying that the transfer agreement and variance law on its face was unconstitutional because it harmed them in the ability to stay open. Well, the Ohio Supreme Court on Monday also found in Preterm that they did not have standing because they could not prove that they were harmed by the transfer agreement case. And what that means is that the transfer agreement law that was put into place in 2013 was upheld as constitutional, which is a good thing. So, with that, those 2 cases now pave the way for the Haskell case in Montgomery County to move forward. Margie and Paul Kudron and I on Monday held a press conference to tell Judge Mary Wiseman to rule on this quickly, to indicate to her that the preterm case and the Capital Care case provide overwhelming legal precedents, that this case should be put down. Now, she's in a pickle because she's a Democrat elected judge. But the overwhelming legal precedents, the Ohio Supreme Court now has ruled in 2 cases that this Haskell clinic should be shut down. She has 14 days from Monday to restart the case. And so I don't know, that puts us at February 20-something. My birthday's on a Monday, February 26th. but I don't know that that's the 14 days, but within 14 days, she has to restart that case. If for some reason she ignores precedents and rules against us, against the state, then it would go through the appellate process, etc. But so I guess in these 40 days, it would be, I think, appropriate perhaps for you to pray that that case goes well, so that perhaps you can stop praying here because this clinic will be shut down. Thank you very much.